Haytham from the 24th of the 7th month of 1446. Sight and objects are not the same. Humanity's might of understanding changed because of Haytham. Universities were not secular, but the qualified might attend. Instead of mere development, sectarian competitions upended. Scientific method was made more practical. What can be said for the soul of the other animals? Analytic cures were made available for the diseases, which were physiological. The first camera was made, and there was a rearrangement of the concept of the planetary. Faith didn't keep him, and shouldn't keep us, from challenging any alleged theory. Abu Ali al-Hassan ibn al-Hassan ibn al-Haytham was known for mathematics, astronomy. He was a physicist. He was lesser known for some investigations into the behavior of animals. And one thing that was going on in the so-called Islamic Golden Age was they were forming doctrines based on what was floating around about what people believed. Now, Islam never taught that the scriptures of any previous nation were preserved. The belief was in what came to previous prophets. Certainly not, oh, well, a philosopher says that he figured something out, so we got to accept it at face value. So he, caused a lot of doubt and proved a lot of the assumptions wrong. Some of the so-called paths of the planets and stuff was, some of that stuff was weird, right? He referred to the whole, it wasn't just optics that he was known for. It was sort of the void concept of a connection to something more than just. So there was some philosophical attachment to that. Now, he was known as a 12er Shia. But through that, he was like, yeah, any other source of authority other than what comes through the prophets, our belief is not, oh, you have to just accept it for whatever. You can, question the claims. Now, there is a sort of trust and verify. Most of what we call science is not stuff that we personally have seen the evidence for. We're taking it on belief or maybe faith. And certainly he did have engages mental life in his faith in other ways too. But his legacies through are the ideas of the planet, the camera. I mentioned that in the poem. So I'm just doing these things very briefly and trying to convey as tightly and stylized as I can. Because in some ways it was a golden age, in some ways it wasn't, in some ways it varied.